What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to Clutch Conversations, man. Episode 24. Hey, man, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Tell everybody about the pod, man. Follow us on Twitter at Clutch Conversations, Instagram Clutch Conversations. Was TikTok on Clutch Conversations, not no more. YouTube, just sub to the channel, man. Everything. Facebook too, Clutch Conversations. Bro, the Washington Commanders stunned the Detroit Lions. And man, they almost put up 50, bro. Oh my gosh, bro. 45-31. Bro, this game, the first half, it was kind of slow. It was like 7-3 in the first quarter. Or first quarter I meant was kind of slow. That second quarter, oh my gosh, this game opened up. That boy Jaden Daniels is him. Jaden Daniels is him. Generational talent. I mean, the Commanders haven't been to the championship game in 33 years, and they're going back. Bro, like this was insane. This was insane. And let me call up the stats right quick before I really talk about the game. But bro, I do know Jaden Daniels didn't have no turnovers, bro, and that's what you want. You need a clean game, and you gotta force Jared Goff to throw turnovers, and he did that today. They had way too many turnovers today. So I didn't expect this. Nobody did. This is an upset. My goodness, man. All right. We're gonna start with the winning team, man. Jaden Daniels was 22 for 31, 299 yards, 2 picks. Great game, clean game. He threw the ball. He threw the ball great. He threw it away when he needed to. He ran when he needed to. Just, bro, A+ game from Jaden Daniels, bro. Let's look at the rushing yards. They ran the ball pretty well. Brian Robinson with 15. He had 15 carries for 77 yards, 2 touchdowns. Jaden Daniels had 16 carries for 51 yards. Austin Eckler, 6 carries for 47 yards. And they had 182 rushing yards as a team. Scored 3 touchdowns rushing. And man, it was just a great all-around game. Receiving, everybody was eating. Diami Brown came out of nowhere in his playoff run. I mean, bro, been going crazy. The last 2 games, what? He had how many? I think he had close to 100 receiving yards, or he had like over 100 receiving yards last game. He had 6 receptions for 98 yards this game. Terry McLaurin, I'm so happy for him. He's been on this team, ride or die, played with so many different quarterbacks. He got a generational quarterback in Jaden Daniels, and they flourishing. 4 receptions, 87 yards. Austin Eckler, 4 receptions, 41 yards. Zach Ertz, 5 receptions, 28 yards. Jameson Crowder, 2 receptions, 25 yards. Everybody was eating. Everybody. And let me call out the Lions stats too right quick. Jared Goff was 23 for 40, 313 yards, 1 touchdown, 3 interceptions. You can't do that. Jameer Gibbs, 14 carries, 105 yards, 2 touchdowns. Jameson Williams also had 1 for 61. They had 200 rushing yards as a team. Amon-Ra St. Brown, 8 receptions, 137 yards. Jameer Gibbs, 6 receptions, 70 yards. Sam Laporta, 6 receptions, 51 yards and a tud. Khalif Raymond, 3 for 37. Tim Patrick, 1 for 22. And that's it. Now, I can jump into this game. Bro. All right. So, opened up, right? The first drive, the Lions, they punted on the first drive. Commanders defense came out hot. Second drive, Lions go down, they score. Jameer Gibbs, dog. Jameer Gibbs is going to eat a top 3 running back. Like I said on Twitter, argue with a wall. Don't argue with me. Jameer's a top 3 running back, bro. Top 3, right? And the offense was looking pretty good in that first half. I mean, they scored 14 points in the second quarter, 21 total for the first half. But Washington in that second quarter, dog, they was on a perk. I mean, bro, like, they got a touchdown because Jared got fumbled, right? And they scored off of that drive. Then you have an explosive play by Scary Terry McLaurin. He ran for 60 yards. He scored. That's 2. It was just crazy, bro. That second quarter was insane. Everybody was scoring. And this is one of the things the Lions, their secondary is hurt. Amik Robinson goes out with an injury early in the first half. He goes out with an injury. He played the really slot position, slot DB, and this is one thing that people had problems with because they were gonna give up big plays because of injuries they had on defense, and that's what they did today. They gave up huge plays. I mean, the Commanders were making plays left and right, and the second quarter was a shootout. I mean, they were scoring left and right, left and right. Jameson Williams had a great score. I mean, Jameer, great score. It was a shootout, and one thing I do want to say, Jaden Daniels, his poise, bro, for a rookie is crazy. I know that she just walked by. She definitely did. His poise for a rookie is insane, bro. Like the way he plays, he's so comfortable under blitzes, bro. He can maneuver around the pocket. He can get the ball out fast if he needed to. That's what we like to see. And Washington did a complete 360. Complete 360. You draft Jaden Daniels, pick up Frank Luavu, you get Bobby Wagner, you get Austin Eckler, you draft the DB and what bro name is? He from Michigan. Mike, yeah, Mike I don't say that name. You draft him. I mean, you draft good and you get these guys that come in, they almost put a 50 on the Lions, bro. A defense who's been pretty good this year, despite the injuries. They've been pretty good. It was just a dog. It was a good game. It was a good game, especially for the Commanders, man. And like I said, they have not been to the NFC Championship game in 33 years. So this is gonna be crazy. This is gonna be crazy. The first team to make it to the NFC Championship. Now we just have the Eagles and the Rams. That's gonna be a good one too. But Detroit, I let me talk about things that I didn't like from Detroit. Right, one, turnovers. Jared Goff threw 3 picks. One of them was picks, like I said earlier. He has to not turn the ball over, and we've seen this previously when they play. Who they played? They had 5 interceptions and they still won. Was it the Rams? It was somebody they played. He had 5 interceptions and he still won. The bigger the game, bro, you in the playoffs. Your team is not going to always play to that level every single game. That's one thing about the NFL playoffs. It's one game. You get one game in the playoffs. Ain't no 7-game series. One game you got to play your best. And throwing 3 turnovers is not your best. It's just not. You can't do that, especially against a Commanders team. Offense is explosive, just like y'all's. They might not have the same offensive weapons like the Lions have. A top 5 player in quarterback. I mean, well, top 10-ish quarterback, running back, top 5, top 3, top 3, 5 receiving core, top 5 tight end, top 5 left tackle. Like, come on, bro. They have talent all around the offense. But one thing with the Commanders is they don't turn the ball over much. And they also run this little no huddle scheme, which they do, and they keep the defense on their heels. And the Lions, for such a powerful offense, man, you can't turn the ball over. You got to take care of the ball. And they just didn't do that tonight. Even Jameson Williams threw a pick. And some of the plays, I like the creativity, but sometimes you don't want to get too creative. Because when you get too creative and you put Jameson Williams in that situation when he has to throw the ball and he has to throw a laser because it's gonna be a contested catch. You don't have to do all that. Just do a normal play. Do something normal. You don't have to be super creative all the time. And I also wrote down that one of Jared Goff's picks was completely his fault. Undoubtedly his fault. Right. He threw a high ball to who was I forgot the receiver name who he threw it to, but he had Sam Laporta open right underneath. Give it to Sam. You don't This team is just built off of explosive plays and it works because you have the weapons, but the Commanders won the nasty. They won the line of scrimmage. And that's what was important in this game. They was effective running the ball and there was effective throwing the ball. And really and truly, it was in that second quarter, it was a point to where both of these defenses, both of them was getting burnt, right? Both of them was getting fucked up left and right. But the Commanders defense just locked in when they needed to. I mean, they still gave up 31 to a really good Detroit Lions team, especially the offense. Very good offense. But the defense stepped up when they needed to. And the offense responded off of Detroit's mistakes. Because if you look at, like, that's 7, right? They scored off of Jared Goff. Did they score? I think they scored off of the other turnovers too. So it's like you really gave them 14 to 21 points off of turnovers. Just off turnovers alone. And that's the game right there. Turnovers literally what lost the Lions this game. This game. And Jared Goff just got to play better, bro. He got to play better in big moments because let me look at the yeah, and he also fumbled too. So he had 3 picks and a fumble. Like it don't get no. That's yeah, that's terrible. That's terrible, bro. 5 turnovers as a team and 4 coming from your quarterback. Mm. Mm-mm-mm. They gave up what? They only sacked Jared Goff 2 times. I mean, wait. Yeah, they only sacked him 2 times. So it wasn't the offensive line that was the issue. It was just Jared Goff has to protect the football, bro. You have to. You just got to, bro. You got to. Because I want to give some credit to Washington's offensive line. They protected the shit out of Jaden Daniels. He did not get sacked one time in this game. And like I said, Jaden Daniels he plays like a vet. He got 55 career college starts. So he's been in big moments left and right. Man, is this the greatest rookie quarterback season we've ever seen? We said this with CJ last year, but he's taking his team to an NFC championship, and they're going against the Eagles team whose offense can be inconsistent. I'm not saying they're gonna beat the Eagles, but it's gonna be a good one. It's gonna be a good one, and I'm around the area. I might have to go to the Commanders game next year because they showing me like, hey, we here to stay. You got Jaden Daniels, you got Scary Terry, who's been super loyal, so now he not going nowhere. And you got these other receivers like Diami Brown stepping up. Hey, they gonna be competitive for a minute. I mean, they gonna be competitive as long as they keep Jaden Daniels. Now, the second season is always the hardest season for quarterbacks, especially after they have a great rookie season because you got film on you now, right? So everything that you do to teams doesn't come back as a surprise. They have a whole season length of film on you. Just look at CJ Stroud. We're gonna talk about him a little later. His second season really wasn't as good as his first season. One, because he was sacked way more, and two, they have film on him. They know your tendencies. They know what you look for. They know your first read and what you want to go. What you look. They know all of that. So you just have to be able to pivot. You got to adjust. Now, the second season really is what going to prove to me that Jaden Daniels is really like generational. Like he's here to stay because that second season are always the tough ones. Like I said, I'm not taking nothing away from him because in this game he played phenomenal. But that second season is going to be very, very important. And that second season is going to show that, yeah, I'm still him. Yeah, I did good my rookie year, but guess what? I'm doing good this year too. So I did not expect this, bro. I just didn't. I did it. That Commanders defense stepped up when they needed to, man. He threw that pick six. And the pick six, really, he should have been tackled, but he broke a tackle, did a little maneuvering, took it to the crib. And I'm like, bro, I can't believe what I'm watching. But I do gotta give love to Detroit. I want to give to somebody on Detroit, right? Jahmyr Gibbs. Despite this loss, man, Jahmyr Gibbs, man, that boy is a dog. And I say this every time I see him play. He is nice. I mean, bro, that first half, the second half, they really said we can't let him run them to a victory. That first half, it's like every time he touched the ball, he was first down, first down, first down, first down, first down. Oh, okay, y'all gonna try to stop the run? All right, I'm gonna catch you too. Like, bro, he literally reminds me, like, he is just so good, bro. He's so good. And he's super patient. He's explosive. He's fast. Everything you look for in a running back, that's what he is. He's not the biggest guy, but he can move. He can move. He's probably the second fastest person on that team besides J-Mo. Because J-Mo is the fastest person on the team. But Jameer probably give him a run for his money because when he in open space, man, ain't nobody catching. Nobody catching. But man, I gotta give Jameer love, bro, because that man is nice. That man is nice, and he gonna be nice for a minute. He gonna be nice for a minute. So, but man, this game, man, what a stun, what a shocker. No one had Commanders going to the NFC Championship game on their card today. If I was a time traveler, boy, I would have booked that. you know. But man, and the Commanders, they got nuts. They go for the fourth down just like the Lions do. And that was a big one too. They was converting their fourth down plays, you know. So man, that was a good one. That was a good one, bro. What a stunner. What a stunner. Nah, I feel like they're gonna drag Jared Goff. I feel like they're gonna drag him, bro. They're gonna drag him. I know they're gonna drag him, man. And rightfully so. Rightfully so, because he didn't, like I said, he didn't play well. He didn't. And like it's not the first time that he's had thrown multiple picks, not the second time he's thrown multiple picks in the game. And I don't know if that question is gonna start to come to be, well, how far can we truly go with Jared Goff? You know, I don't know if that question is gonna start to loom, gonna start to show up. Because, last year I lost. It was because a little bit on Dan Campbell with the fourth downs. This year you lost because of Jared Goff. Really, turnovers was the issue. So now it's like, I'm pretty sure they're gonna have to. Are they? I think is it his contract year? Does he get paid? I need to see. I think he's up. I think his contract is coming up. Yeah, here we go. Okay. Okay. No. His contract is up in 2028. Hmm. Oh well, he already signed when I'm tripping. Yeah, I'm tripping. Oh well, he here to stay then. He ain't going nowhere. Oh well, just scratch what I just said. Then he here to stay. That man ain't going nowhere. They locked him in. They locked him in. But I still think that's probably like, well, how far can golf take us? Because he's good. He played great this season. I mean, his numbers were pretty good this year. This is better than his numbers last year. Early in the season, like very early, he was in the MVP race. I mean, if you look at it, he had 4,600 passing yards, 37 touchdowns, 12 interceptions, 6th in QBR. So he didn't play bad. He was second in passing yards, fourth in passing touchdowns. So he didn't. This season was a successful season. He just didn't show up in the playoffs when you needed him to. He threw too many picks. So they're not. He ain't going nowhere. He not. And I can't really put this L on Dan Campbell because he wasn't like super gung ho. I mean, some of the play calling was a little with like the super tricky plays, but for the most part, it was just, man, the turnovers. And at this point, I'm just rambling about this game, so I'm gonna leave it at that. Now, I mean, we almost 1 minute in. I almost talked about that for 20 minutes, God. All right, now let's talk about Kansas City beating the Houston Texans, man, 23-14. Do I got something to say about this game? Right, page. I got my little notebook. I be writing in. Gotta take notes so I can know what I'm talking about. Let me make sure. Yeah, gotta take notes so I can know what I'm talking about. All right, right. So early when this game came on, right? This game came on. It was a low scoring game for the first half. Really, I mean, well, first quarter was 3-6. I mean, then Kansas City opened up with a touchdown in the second half. The Texans didn't get their first touchdown until wait, yeah, they didn't get their first touchdown until the third quarter. I thought I was tripping for a minute because Joe Mixon ran. Yeah. Uh, CJ Stroud early in this game, he kind of got hurt, and he really was kind of limping since he was running though. I mean, but he was kind of limping. So okay, let me talk about the winning team first, right? Patrick Mahomes was 16 for 25, 177, one touchdown. He got sacked 3 times, but hey, he didn't have really a super crazy game, but one thing he did not do is turn the ball over, and that's super important. Kareem Hunt, the running game really was not there. They had 50 rushing yards as a team. I mean, Kareem Hunt was 8 carries for 44 yards. Isaiah Pacheco 5 carries for 8. Like, come on, bro. Receiving is where Travis Kelce, I should say, is where it came in at. Travis Kelce had a great game, 7 receptions, 117 yards, and a touchdown. Xavier Worthy, 5 receptions, 45 yards. That's really, really, really it for that. Let's talk about Houston stats, right? CJ Stroud, 19 for 28, 245 passing yards, no touchdown. Had throw one. Joe Mixon had 18 carries for 88 yards. The run game did fairly well. I mean, he did great. CJ Stroud he had 6 carries for 42 yards. That's something I didn't expect. Receiving wise, Nico Collins 5 for 81. Dalton Schultz 4 for 63. Xavier Hutchinson 4 for 52. John Mechie 2 for 35. So on and so forth. Now let's jump into what I liked from the Chiefs and what I didn't like from the Chiefs and whatever, what I mean. What I like from the Chiefs. All right. One, I like that they didn't turn the ball over. That was one big thing to beat this Houston Texans team that you had to do because they thrive off of turnovers. They're like top 5 in turnovers. So not turning the ball over is already a plus. You're already, giving yourself an edge because, like I said, this defense thrives off of turnovers, right? 2, Patrick Mahomes stepped up when he needed to, per usual. In the fourth quarter and late in the third, he always make a crazy play, which he did. He made a crazy throw to my boy Travis Kelce when kind of like Joe Burrow when he was falling and he threw it still. It was like the same thing. And Travis Kelce, man, he had a great game. He really opened the game up for the Chiefs, besides Xavier Worthy a little bit. But when they needed him most, he was there. His yards after catch was insane. I don't have the statistics, but I know he broke so many tackles for that one that one play, bro. It was crazy. And this Travis Kelce or Patrick Mahomes Travis Kelce connection that's been going on forever. I mean, they got like 18 total touchdowns together, it's most in the playoffs. So they just capitalized when they needed to, didn't turn the ball over, and didn't let the Texans really get going. And it's crazy because the Texans have more yards, more total yards than the Chiefs did. They just could not score. They could not get in the red zone at all. They couldn't. I mean, how many red zone trips did they have? I want to say, man. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Uh, red zone. Wait. Here we go. What team? Okay, here we go. They had 3 red zone trips, right? They was 1 for 3. They have to score in the red zone. They had to. They had 336 total yards, bro. 18 first downs. The Chiefs only had 212 first yards and 14 first downs, and they won. Just because they scored. Just because they scored. And I know it was a controversy going on about the roughing the passer and the calls, which I can agree to a certain extent. Like Will Anderson said, we knew we was going to play the refs. And he's right to some degree. But CJ Stroud can get sacked 8 times and y'all expect to win, my boy. That can't happen. He got sacked 8 times. 8. What do you expect to happen when your quarterback is sacked 8 times? Like, I mean, yeah, we can say all of this about how they have more yards, but 8 sacks is insane, bro. It's crazy. That offensive line was not protecting him. They could not handle that pass rush at all. I mean, he played a clean game. He didn't turn the ball over. Oh, also special teams. Fairburn missed like 3 field goals. Wait, let me count. He missed. His field goal got blocked, right? He missed a field goal in the third quarter, right? And he missed a field goal in the second quarter. He missed 3 field goals total. That's what 6. That's 7 points right there. That's 7 points right there. Them 7 points. 7 points. You in this game. It's 22-23. You right in this game. If you make them, you need them points, bro. You do. That has you right in this game, bro. And special teams didn't play well, bro. They just did it. And we can say what we want about the Chiefs, about the not play call, the penalties and all this and that. But they just step up in the fourth quarter, man. They do. And if teams want to beat the Chiefs, if I have my prediction that the Ravens are going to play the Chiefs, I think the Ravens are going to beat the Bills. If the Ravens want to beat the Chiefs, you have to put them away and dominate time of possession. And that's something that the Texans tried to do. They dominated the time of possession because in that second quarter, I want to say they had the ball third quarter, they had the ball majority of the time. They had the ball majority of the time in that third quarter. I mean, I think they had like a 15-minute drive or something like that. So they dominated the time of possession. It was 33 minutes to 26. They just couldn't get in the end zone. They just couldn't. They couldn't. And one thing I want to say I liked from the Texans was CJ Stroud is he's trying to get his legs more involved. He's been doing that in the playoffs, and I like that. Partially he's doing that because he ain't got no time. I mean, as soon as he look up, it's three defenders in his face. But I like that. And I think that's a super underrated part of his game. And if he can incorporate that a little more, not become too dependent, but just every once in a while, hit him with that, every time, once in a while. That can open up so much for this team because now in the back of their mind, instead of just running gung ho towards him and trying to sack him, you got to think about his escapability. And if he can just get a little bit, just become a little bit more explosive with escapability, bro, that's gonna open another dimension for this offense, right? You didn't have Tank Dell, which is big. I mean, he's your second best receiver on the team or third best receiver on the team because you still don't have Stephon Diggs. So Nico Collins is just him and a bunch of other guys from practice squad besides Mechie and and Schultz. So you really need him. You really need him. And the Chiefs really they didn't impress me. They're beatable. The Chiefs are beatable. They're beatable. I mean, the Ravens has a great offense and a good defense. They've been playing great as of lately, but the Chiefs are beatable. They're beatable if you can put pressure on Patrick Mahomes because the Texans were putting pressure on Patrick Mahomes. They sacked him 3 times. And they had 15 pressures or 14 QB hits. Like they got to him. They got to him. So if I'm the Ravens, which I said, if they beat the Bills, the Chiefs are very beatable. They're very beatable. You just gotta force Patrick Mahomes to turn the ball over. That's gonna be the key factor. If he turns the ball over enough, if Patrick Mahomes throws you 2 picks and you get a touchdown off of one and maybe a field goal off the other, you can beat them. I have faith that the Ravens can beat them, but they just gotta force turnovers to beat the Chiefs, man. And the Texans, CJ Stroud really didn't have the same historic season he did his his rookie year. Because like I said with Jaden Daniels, when he gets to his second year, they got film on you, and his offensive line is good. So he just gotta just adjust, just pivot. You just gotta adjust your game, continue to grow. And he's capable of doing that. I still think he's a great quarterback. He's very capable of doing that. Joe Mixon was a great pickup for y'all. So bring him back. I'm pretty sure he's coming back. I mean, I don't know what you do with Stephon Diggs. I think he was on a 1 year. Diggs, man, just been kind of team hopping. I don't know. He probably gonna come back because he got hurt. So if he comes back, you have him back. I don't know if you have Tank Dell because he fucked his whole leg up. I mean, so they definitely can run it back. As long as they stay competitive, I think that's what matters most. Because, like I said, 2 years ago the Texans weren't competitive at all. So now you got my boy CJ. You're competitive since you had him, and I think that's what matters the most. That you're in the playoffs, you're in the divisional, and you're competing with the Chiefs, and you only lost by 9. And you didn't play that good. So No one wants to like brag about it, not brag, but like gloat about an L and say, "Well, we were in it because you want to win." But also, you were in this game. You were in this game. You just got to capitalize because the defense showed up. Defense showed up. Offense just did it. Right. So, man. We gotta talk about it because it just happened today. TikTok has been banned. My girl hurt. I I'm not gonna give my reason on why I think TikTok was banned. Because I don't want to go down that road. I do want to say though, I definitely think that it's unfair that the government kind of made this decision. It's so many small businesses, so many people who have changed their lives off of TikTok and what's dependent on it. Frankly, I mean, I just think it isn't right. Me personally, it's so many people who gonna be affected by this. And yeah, people can say, go get a job, and work regularly. Yeah, I got a job, but at the same time, I don't think people understand how much goes into content creating. It ain't harder than no 9 to 5 by any means necessary. It's not. It's not. I ain't gonna put that out there. It's not. But it takes some work. It takes some work, especially if they built like a podcast off of there, like how I got with Clutch Conversation. It takes a lot of work. It's really like a second job. I'm not even gonna lie. And it's just one day you wake up in the morning or you try to get on right now, it's gone. Everything's gone. And it's just not right. It's not fair. It's not right. It's not democratic. It's not none of it. It's not none of that, bro. And yeah, it's because they think it's a Chinese app and da da da. Dude already said we ain't got no ties to China, bro. It's Singapore. It's a Singaporean app. So, like I said, I'm not gonna go too deep into it of why I think it got banned because I might, I ain't gonna say too much, but yeah, it's very unfair. Very unfair for so many people, bro. Because now these small businesses, what do they do now? I mean, if I was a small business, I don't think TikTok would be my only source. I think I would have definitely branched off into IG and branched off into, just different things, different avenues. Because something like this was to happen, and you just only stuck in one. But it's like everyone doesn't think like that. And what if you was that business that's just stuck in one? Now, poof, you gone. You done. That's why you got to build outside. You just don't want to rely on one thing because you don't. Anything can happen. Anything can happen, right? Anything. So you just have to be able to branch off into different areas, kind of just reinvent yourself. I feel like reinventing yourself is the most important part because if you stay complacent and you don't grow, you will never grow. You will never grow. You got to reinvent yourself so many different ways, so many different times. Branch off into different audiences, reach different people. So something like this, if it ever happens again, you'll be fine, and you just won't be stuck. And I just hope everyone can find, I guess, their way back into, you know, get into that bag, into that money on because it's gonna be another app that came around, which I think I already did. Red Note. I'm on Red Note. Should have said follow Clutch Conversations on Red Note. That's why I should have plugged that in. But I just hope everyone find different ways and just continue to grow and pivot off of the TikTok ban. And just be better overall, man. And that was my culture conversation. I didn't throw that in there, the little intro. Still got to make that graphic, man. What am I doing? Make the graphic. But yeah, but that's gonna do it. That's gonna do it, man. RP TikTok. I might throw a little something in here because TikTok gone. Oh no, my Shayla, my Shayla. But don't forget, like, comment, subscribe, man. That's gonna do it for episode 24. I'm gonna be back tomorrow because the Eagles play tomorrow, and the someone tip on song. Ravens play tomorrow, so I will be back tomorrow for that game. Hey man, share the pod. Don't forget share with somebody new every day you see. Tell them about Clutch Conversations, man. Hey, red no big, so if you watching this and you on Red Note, just comment, hey, you're not a podcast, bro. Clutch Conversation. Hey, go follow that, bro. They be talking. They be talking about a lot of stuff on there, especially if you're in sports. You know, we definitely talk about that. You know, but I thank y'all and I love y'all for everything. All 57 of you guys. And I will see y'all in the next video. Peace.